I really don't appreciate these kids screaming outside my window though. Wish they would go away. Hi guys, that's what how's everyone doing? Good, I hope. I'm super excited to be bringing you this review of the brand new fragrance. Well, I actually got two of them. They've released two new fragrances, Zoologist Perfumes. I've reviewed a few of those before, absolutely love this brand. Well, I've said before, I've not been a fan personally of some of the odours themselves. I really appreciate the artistry and the thought that goes into the fragrances. So these two are going to be available towards the end of October, I believe. They've released Nightingale and they've also released Macaque the monkey. And yes, I'm very wary of how I pronounce that word because jokes will ensue. So I got sent these by Victor Wong. Victor, thank you so much for sending me these. I'm not going to go on too much because I'm guessing everyone just wants to know what they smell like. But he sent me a little handwritten letter too with the menagerie across the bottom. All the suspects involved in this brand. So this is Nightingale. This is classified as a modern floral chypre, and it's by a Japanese perfumer who I can't remember his name right now. This one is supposed to capture the essence of springtime in Japan. Now I will say first off that while some of the other line have been very unisex, you know, either way, this one is categorically feminine for the most part. So, well, actually, it really is feminine. So I'll quickly read you what it says in the little card, what they say, because their descriptions are always really cool. So it says, Zoologist captures the onset of the Japanese spring through Nightingale, a pink floral chypre that will melt your heart. Aww. It opens with rich scents of saffron and rosy, powdery, tart Japanese plum blossoms, enveloping the core of the perfume like a luxurious silk kimono. Deep, warm aromas of oud, patchouli, moss, incense and ambergris seek to escape, seeping from the ruddy petals to create a composition that's complex and at the same time simply desirable. So, what are the notes of this fragrance? They're so cool. It's pink as well, by the way. When I think of, just a side note, when I think of cherry blossoms that bloom here in spring, they smell vile. Plum blossoms are obviously much, much better. So, anyway, top notes. So the top notes are bergamot, lemon and saffron. The heart notes are Japanese plum blossom. That is the core of this fragrance. It's what everything is kind of centred around. It's actually red plum blossom that the perfumer put in this as well. It's his debut fragrance as well, so well done to you, man. Red rose and violet. And then the base notes are ambergris, oud, frankincense, labdanum, moss, patchouli, sandalwood and white musk. A few usual suspects there in terms of what's usually in a chypre fragrance. So what does this smell like? Whew. I've been wearing this all day, and as you know, their fragrances kind of take you on a journey. You're going in one direction and then you go to the next. It's just literally like a roller coaster, which is why I love wearing them so much. So let's spray it on. Wow, this one bursts open, this fragrance. It really bursts open with an effervescence, light citruses, gorgeous pink florals in there, and there's a very, very fleeting and very, very brief swirl of saffron that feels juxtaposed but kind of works. It's really weird. When I first sprayed it, it took me by surprise actually. I thought, whoa, there's something resinous and weird in here, but turns out it's the saffron. It's very quick. It's literally about 10 seconds and you're already going in a different direction with this fragrance. So like I said, it opens bouncy, I would describe it, effervescent. They've managed to capture this springtime floral kind of aroma, which is lovely. And plum blossoms, obviously I've never smelled before. They don't flower in London. Not many things do actually. They just get trampled into the ground. But I would liken it to something like peony. It's a kind of effervescent-y type rose aroma that comes out of this. It's whoosh, straight away. This stuff is really, really strong. Although it's delicate in its actual aroma, it's a very strong perfume. So, and very, very feminine. It's like a bouquet. So within minutes, you're literally being pulled into a different direction. When this starts to dry, what comes is a wave, and I mean a big, big wave of powder. This smells to me like a throwback vintage powdery fragrance. It reminds me of these bath cubes my mum had when I was younger that were made out of powder that you put in the bath. It's got that almost kind of soapy, vintage bath time kind of feel. It's really interesting, and it gets so much stronger in this stage as well. It's almost like floral scented baby powder. I'm not sure if that's what's supposed to happen, but on my skin it definitely does. And it seems to get stronger and stronger and stronger as the minutes go by. It really travels, this one. Very soft. I described it in my written review as bath time with, you know, lady frou-frou wearing a satin robe and the kitten heel slippers with the little pom-poms on the front. Hair in rollers, that kind of woman. That's what I get from it. It just feels like a little bit of a throwback kind of thing, like I said. So, I mean, it stays like that for a good few hours. I put it on at 9, and by 5 o'clock, that's where it had changed, and that's what I'm going to tell you about next, because it goes in a completely different direction once again. When it's starting to get to the dry stages, what happens is this other kind of character starts poking through, and you get a slightly uglier, resinous kind of feel. Maybe it's the oud, I'm not sure, but it's not too obvious. It's only very slight. But when it's really dry, this is where the fragrance truly reveals its chypre character. The oak moss starts to really come forward. It turns drier as well, and it starts to feel even more vintage and, dare I say, a little bit masculine at this stage as well. So it goes through 3, 4 different stages. A lot of their fragrances do that, and that's kind of the reason why I love them so much. But from this powderiness over here, you're going to go into a more classic chypre kind of tone, which is, like I said, where it becomes a little bit more masculine, but it's kind of feminine all the way. And like I said, I put it on at 9, still could smell it at 5. It was very faint, but it had completely changed from what it was in the beginning, and that's why I appreciate it. So yeah, that is my review of Nightingale by Zoologist Perfumes. So thankful to have this in my grasp, and so thankful I got to review this. So Victor, thank you once again. I will be reviewing the Monkey fragrance shortly too. Not this week, but sometime soon. That one's also actually really beautiful. But this one, full on feminine, full on powder bomb. Whoa, really, really strong. Anyway, I'm Maps 110. Click my logo down there to subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon for another review. Goodbye.